Hi and welcome to Bees Gold Honey Farm. It's the end of June and today we're going to be harvesting some honey. The very strong colonies like this one that's several stories high managed to make some honey during spring and early summer, and we're going to be removing the top 3 boxes you can see there, the top red ones. There's several ways of harvesting honey. Basically what you want to do is get the bees out of the honey super. So there's different ways of doing that. In this case here, we installed under the boxes the thing that has a wooden collar between the red and the gray. That's a skateboard. Basically it's a maze that the bees go through during the night, and they don't manage to come back. They don't know how to come back. I mean, they eventually learn how to, but the intention is to put it one day and a day or two later collect the honey. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So this is the skateboard. This is the part that goes towards the brood box. So you can see there is a maze there. The bees come from the top. Just turn it around. They go through that hole, and then they can't come back up. They can come back up through this maze. They don't know how to find a way back. Eventually they do. They're very smart and they manage to do that. But if you do this a day or two before you harvest the honey, there should be not too many bees there. And the remaining ones, we may blow them out with a garden blower. So this is what the top box looks like. There's still quite a few bees on it, so I'm gonna have to smoke them a bit so they don't get too excited, and then also blow them out. So this is what the frames look like. This outer one here, there's a very nice layer of wax cappings, and on the other side they still didn't finish drawing all the comb and capping it, but it's good to harvest. I mean, you measure the water content. If it's above 19, I'm not gonna use it, but if it mixes with the rest of the honey, it's probably gonna be fine. And then the other one should be well kept, like this one here. This is a beautiful frame of honey and delicious. After harvesting the honey boxes, the next step is then to extract the honey, get the honey out of the honey frames. And for that, we need to uncap the honey, which is the honey frames, which is to remove the wax cappings. That's what we're doing here. There's different ways of doing it, and the most basic one is just to cut it with a knife and to expose the honeycomb, and so the honey can freely get out of the honeycomb. Basically, the bees, they dehydrate the nectar from 50% water content down to 18%, and that's what honey is. And when they do that, then next thing is they seal it with wax, so it's preserved for their future needs, especially during winter, when they chew out the wax cappings to eat the honey. And the places where we can't get to with a knife, then we use this fork type thing to scratch the cappings out and to complete the uncapping process. And we do it with every frame, and then we install the frames in this centrifugal extractor. In our case, we have a Lyson extractor, radio extractor with good for 20 frames. And then we put 20 frames at a time. This is what it's showing here. So the frames were installed, and when they spin, then the honey starts to flow out to the walls of the extractor, and then they drip down, and is collected in a honey in a bucket, and it's just strained. Here the extractor starts with low speed. I still have the cover open here. I mean, you don't want to normally do that, but it's just for showing how it starts to spin. And as the honey starts to get out, then you continue the increasing the speed until the maximum speed, and that's when you get all the honey out. And the frames get pretty dry. Once the frames are extracted, then we put them back in the boxes. They're still wet with honey, and we give them back to the bees so they can, we put them on top of the hives above the inner cover so they can lick the excess honey, and so nothing is lost. Here I have the extractor at the highest speed, and you can see here on the side wall how the honey is hitting the wall with some small wax cappings that are left, and then it drips down to the bottom. And is then passes through this. It's just strained. There's two strainers. One is coarser just to get the bulk of the wax cappings, and below this there's a finer one. I think you can kind of see below it there's another puddle of honey collecting there and dripping down. So that's how it's done. And after this is done, this is the final product, Bees Gold Honey in jars. And we also offer this nice packaging that Nadia puts together with different motifs and natural flowers. And this is our final product. Thanks for watching.